Welcome back to Traffic Jam. Today we will be evaluating the struggles that Louisiana encounters despite its anti-trafficking efforts. From 2014 to 2018, the state's trafficking cases increased about roughly 261%, and it continues to increase. Agencies like the Department of Children and Family Services and state police are fighting against trafficking, but their work is restricted due to the lack of data. State leaders attempt to increase resources and training, such as the statewide Human Trafficking Prevention Commission. The governor's office held human trafficking summits across the state, and an act was passed that requires several state agencies to develop a better system for coordinating victim services. DCFS Secretary Marquetta Walters describes her job as her team is responsible for shepherding traumatized youth to safety in collaboration with the police, such as escorting them to counseling, placing them in a foster home, or returning them to their parents. If a child's victim's parents were not involved in the trafficking, the child is returned to them and DCFS is responsible for their recovery. DCFS cannot take custody of trafficked adults. The article revealed the various flaws in the system. Human trafficking awareness is mainly promoted by government agencies and volunteer groups. There is not a lead agency to oversee all human trafficking activity. From victim support to trafficker investigations. Another major flaw is the limited mental health services available for victims. It is likely for victims to, and I quote, slip through cracks in the system. They are likely to fall back into the old traps they worked so hard to escape. Also, a lack of available housing equates to law enforcement resorting to placing traffic escapees in detention centers or jails. However, I believe that the law should help victims back on their feet and provide support for their living conditions rather than just helping them survive. Organizations, shelters, and police departments are becoming more informed about trauma, but differentiating between victim and criminal is still a difficult task. Louisiana also lacks funding outside of federal grants. I believe that money cannot resolve everything, but having a financial basis definitely makes it easier to employ more resources. From this article, I believe that the federal government must be more concerned over this national, international, and even global issue of human trafficking. It seems that the efforts made so far have mainly been merely spreading awareness and assisting trafficked individuals, but effective steps have not been implemented in actually preventing human trafficking from occurring. Thank you for watching and see you next time on Traffic Jam.